the July edition of the Inspire Me Happy Hour. I don't know if anyone has their happy hour cocktail. I just have my water jar.
And my water jar.
Oh, we're boring.
I know.
Water is precious. You got to stay on top of the hydration. And oh, salad. Okay, so it's like happy hour appetizers. But we will be getting started in just a minute. But while I have you for this this bonus time, I'll go over some technical details. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with Zoom, but there are a couple things you need to know about. While we're having Clara address the group, we will put you in auto mute. So that way, you know, she won't be interrupted, but this is an interactive session and we do want, you know, to have questions and answers and have a flow of conversation. So when it comes to that part, we will, my technical genius, Rebecca there, say hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
Will help kind of monitor the flow of conversation and still prevent us from all talking on top of each other. I don't know how she'll do it, but she always does a good job. And a couple more Zoom 101 tips. You can always type a message. Maybe if you'd rather type a message than speak, there's a chat button in the bottom toolbar. And you can send a chat. I'll go ahead and do a hello, everyone. So you can see how it pops up. There'll be a little orange button that pops up, and then you can see the message, and you can talk to the entire group, or you can choose a particular person to send your message to. I see some of you have your videos off, and some of you have your video on. At some point, we always like to maybe have everyone turn their video on and at least wave hi so we can all look at each other's smiling faces and have a little bit of online connection, or a little bit of connection even if it's online. And let's see, what else do we need to know? Did I miss anything, Rebecca? I talked about muting and the chat function and the video. Oh, I know what I'll say. So before we admitted you all, we were talking with Clara about the two different views. You can either, in the upper right-hand corner, you can either hit gallery view or speaker view. Speaker view, if you see just my face really big right now, then you're on speaker view. If you hit gallery view, then it's kind of like Hollywood squares is what Clara called it, where there's lots of little boxes and you can see everyone out there in internet land all at the same time. So depending on what your preference is, sometimes it's kind of fun to see everyone's little face and feel that, you know, we're all here, part of this little online community in this time and place. Or sometimes if you want to put it on speaker, then you'll be able to see Clara's, you know, beautiful setting that she has arranged there with her cranes and her umbrella. So I think that's it for Zoom 101. What do you think, Rebecca? Did I get it all?
I think you did. I think you did a great job, Andrea.
Okay, very good. So, and we are also now officially at 4:31 p.m. So I will officially open Inspire Me July. We are so excited to have Clara Kluge. Did I pronounce that right?
Kluge.
Kluge. Oh, forgive my American tongue. Clara Kluge. She lives in California right now and is going to be sharing with us about a recent project that to me seems like an all-consuming, you know, just amazing, worldwide, global, multi-year, just multi-sensory project that is so inspiring. So it was a perfect choice to kick off our Inspire Me series. So my name is Andrea Miriam. My role is the VP of Community Engagement with PMD Alliance. So my role is just to do this, to get people in our community to meet each other, get to know each other, interact with each other, rely on each other, learn from each other. And I have a great job because I can really just let, people like Clara do all the heavy lifting, and I can just sit back and smile at all the beautiful connections and learning going on. So I will turn the floor over, or the yellow box over to you, Clara, and if you could kind of introduce yourself, and I'll let you give an introduction to the PD Crane Dance Project, and then maybe if you see me waving at you, it's because we have some questions, and the audience is eager to ask and interact and talk to you. And I know we might have some video and photos queued up, and you just let us know, and Rebecca, our tech genius, will have those play when you want them. Okay, so go ahead, Clara. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm so excited to do this. This is something totally new for me, so bear with me if I get myself muddled up. But before I start, I did invite the people that were part of the Crane Dance project, and I'm wondering, are there any people here that did the Crane Dance project? If you could just shout out. Yay! Oh, great. Hello. So we have May from Germany is joining us, and it's like 1:30 or 2:30 in the morning. Wow. Thank you. And Caitlin from Canada, she's right now in the northeastern townships in Quebec. Thank you so much for joining. Am I missing out on anyone? I'm just wanting to make sure that.
I think I see Barbara down in the corner on my screen.
Hi, Barbara. I'm not sure where are you coming from?
Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas. Great. Thank you for joining. Fantastic. The reason why I asked for you to join is that I would love to see what inspired you with the crane dances. So when I'm finished and we're having a conversation, it'd be great if I could find out about that as well. So what can I say? This is exciting and new, and it's been a long time coming. It's been over a year of making this happen. First of all, I'm a person that is living with Parkinson's. I was diagnosed in 2013, so I've had it for 6 years now. And the beauty of Parkinson's is that you meet very interesting people. And in this area where I'm living, there are 2 other early onset women that have Parkinson's, and the 3 of us together went to Portland to the 4th World Parkinson's Congress. It was a great time, and then when we got back, we decided that we wanted to do something artistic as well. Actually, let me back up. It all started with Andres and his big photos of early onset Parkinson's people. And we made it so that we had a group of people that stood in front of the large photo that Andres made, and we took a picture. About 6 months later, a friend of mine by the name of Naomi came up with the idea of wanting to do something for the 5th World Parkinson's Congress. And she came up with the idea of cranes, and cranes representing hope. The other woman named Amy Carlson also got involved, and she's more of an engineer, so she was able to figure out a number of cranes we needed for witch umbrellas and the whole bit. And I did the artistic part, and I made a mock-up of what a crane umbrella would look like. And that's what we have here. But really, what I loved about the crane project, the Soaring with Hope project, was that I liked folding paper, and I like giving away the cranes to people. So I thought, well, I like folding paper, I like giving away cranes and seeing the joy that the cranes give people when I give them to them. And I thought also, We as Parkinson's people need to move, 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 move. That's what we were told. And another artistic way of expressing ourselves is through dance. So I thought moving, dancing, cranes, put them together, came up with crane dances. So married those two together. As well as I like making cranes, I like giving away cranes. So I thought, well, if I like making cranes, giving away cranes, then I could maybe give them to people that like to dance and could dance with cranes or be inspired by cranes. So that kind of came together like that. The impetus for doing this crane dance was that a few things. I wanted it to be an open invite, non-judgmental. The Parkinson's Congress already had a competition, video competition, so I wanted this to be open to anyone who wanted to get involved. This other one, the second thing is that it would be for those people that are touched by a PD. So it's a World Parkinson's community. It could be nurses, friends. You didn't have to have Parkinson's to be part of this open invitation. And global. We got Germany and Canada here, right? And then also, I thought for those people that can't make it to the Congress, because I was in Kyoto just a few weeks ago, that they could be part of the Congress in spirit, through dance, through movement. So that's what I came up with. And I spoke with the co-founder of the Parkinson's dance program in New York, named David Levital, and I asked him to help me spread the word about this dance idea, and he'd help me out with that. And so a website was created, an invite for all people who would like to dance was sent out. And, oh, I forgot, there was one stipulation. The only stipulation was that it had to be under 2 minutes. And it had to have a crane theme, but that was not a problem. So I made a website for submissions, and it also gave examples and also music. That's another part of the dance where I asked 3 people to create, to compose music for crane dances. And they did, and it was great. So that's part of the website. So, and the shout out, I'd like to give a shout out to Shauna Toe, Aris Chilin, and Richard Bennett, sorry. And they composed original music. So I thought, well, I'm going to be happy if I get maybe 30 videos, 2 minutes each, that comes up to an hour. Yay, I'd be pretty excited. Well, it turned out that I got over 100, well, I got 148 videos, which added up to almost 5 hours. And what can I say? Amazing. I would get the videos, I'd watch them, I would have goosebumps, I would cry. They were extremely wonderfully emotional. I hope to show you a few shortly. And I compiled them all together and realized that at the World Congress that 5 hours, you'd only see it once. So I divided it up into 2 compilations, video compilations, and showed it at the Congress. What kept me inspired by all this was the overwhelming positive responses I was getting, and how people were feeling confident and proud and really good about dancing. So that's, it's kind of hard to talk without any interaction. So it's a challenge for me right at the moment. anyways, at the Congress, I met a whole lot of people who were touched by the crane dance as well as the Soaring with Hope. And they weren't directly having PD. There was a Parkinson's nurse who works with patients that live with Parkinson's, and she heard about the dance, and then she emailed back to England saying, you know, this is happening, and that was pretty exciting as well. It was just a really wonderful experience. To add on to that, because of the inspiration that they've given, all these dancers have given me, I'm looking at making an ebook for the dancers and then maybe even a documentary. So, and I was going to show you all sorts of things, like this is the invite I sent out to the dancers. And it says back here, dear so-and-so, you're cordially invited to participate in a collaboration of crane dance videos that will be compiled from around the world to be then shown at the World Parkinson's Congress in Kyoto, Japan. Let your imagination soar as you create a crane dance video, or with or without music, or as a group or solo, whatever your heart desires. The only stipulation is that I ask that the video be 2 minutes or less, and then please visit thecranedances.com. Please accept these handmade origami cranes while I hope, for example here, it's one of these. While I hope they will help to inspire you to submit a video, they are yours to enjoy. Soaring with the spirit of dance, yours truly, Clara. So I would love to hear from you guys. What inspires you, and what you thought of the crane dance project?
Maybe we could start with either Caitlin or May, since we know you two, or Barbara, I think. The three of you were definitely part of it. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Sure, yeah, I'll jump in. So I am, first of all, hello.
Hi.
I am a Canadian-based dancer. Hi. And I was thrilled to find, I don't remember where I'm both a member of the dance community, but also, oh, I'm getting a note about my internet connection. I hope that I hope it's okay. So I'm a member of the dance community here in Canada, but also a member of the Huntington's community, indirectly through family. But I, as I say, I was thrilled to see this because part of my current practice and where I hope to go is using dance for well-being in the Huntington's community. So anyways, I was completely thrilled to see dance being used in this way, and I received this beautiful crane, and I was really inspired by just the colors of it and how joyful the colors seemed. And there's this brick wall outside of my apartment just close by, and I just thought, I'm gonna go outside and just move and dance in the colors and just enjoy the joy of being out there.
Caitlin, would it be okay if we showed your video?
Yeah.
Rebecca?
Oh, sure.
May I ask you to play Caitlin's video?
Is it the first one you had on the list?
No, it's the I think it's the third one. Fourth one.
I'm worried we're gonna set the bar high with a professional dancer doing the first video.
No.
Is this the one called Taking Flight or the origami dance? Taking Flight?
Taking Flight.
Okay.
Thanks, Rebecca.
You're welcome. Does this look correct? I just want to make sure before I press play.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay, hold on one second.
We have to choose compilation A or B.
While we get that queued up, I see Ingrid has raised her hand, so I'll unmute you. Did you want to share something, Ingrid?
Yes, I want.
Welcome,
Oh,
Ingrid. Thank you.
Hello. I'm
Hi.
sorry.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Germany, and it's quite middle of the night. It's 1:30, and I want to say you that my thrillness from dancing is quite very big, and I'm so proud to be part of a community of so many dancers over the world showing their dances. And it's the same in each group. They are enthusiastic and they are making that gymnastic, and it's fantastic. And my friendship to all these other dancers is quite a deep one, and it make my life much rich. My English is so bad, I'm sorry.
Your English is perfect. Totally understand.
Hey, Clara.
Hello, Ingrid.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming on and staying up so late.
So early.
So early, so late, depending which way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Your dance is called Dance of Friendship, Hope, and Happiness. Do you think you and May could talk a little bit about how dance has affected you with and inspired each one of you?
Yes, it's inspiring us every day. We meet once a week to see us, and some weeks we see us much often, because we have some other groups we are working with. We have a self-helping group organized, May and me, and we wrote a book, or May did it, from different people which are sick with Parkinson disease, and they telling stories about their feelings and life. And we are dancing and moving, not only in our group. So tomorrow we go to another part of Germany to show on a Parkinson symposium how we dance, and we like it so much, and we're going to be bigger and growing, and be more. Oh no, I believe much more in my possibilities to do things I never thought I can do it.
Wow.
Before 200 people sitting in front of me and I dance. Oh my God, I never thought about that when I was not with Parkinson. And yes, we're growing, and our friendship is growing also.
Excellent. That's beautiful. Now, I think Rebecca has Caitlin's dance, and is that Susan? Susan, are you welcome? Susan's another dancer from Boston, right? Yeah. Let's go to Caitlin's dance.
Yes.
Rebecca, thank you.
Well, and I want to make sure I do this right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You guys can see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. I have chills. I see everyone clapping. I don't know if you can see the claps.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you joined us and made a dance for us. It's a very hopeful, very light dance. Beautiful. I'm wondering if we should show the dance of friendship, hope, and happiness so that you can get a sense of Ingrid and May's piece. That would be kind of fun. It's a compilation A at 24 seconds.
Yep,
okay?
I have that ready. So
Gotcha.
get
Great.
it up.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm happy.
Another part of that I didn't mention earlier because I was too nervous. With doing these crane dances, I'm also looking at it as a living legacy, so that in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, we can look at these videos and say, "I did that." So that's part of the other reason why I was looking at doing these videos. Susan just came on, and she also has a dance. It'll take a minute to find it, but are there any other dancers, or do you have any questions for the dancers and what inspired them?
Clara, I just have to say really quickly, Sarah, that is just so powerful. It just brings tears to my eyes. And what I think is so amazing and what's so powerful just about having you all here, I mean, we have people from all across the country and all across the world, you know, and we can all be in a room together right here and share common experiences and share the things that tie us together. And what an incredibly powerful community. So I'm super excited about this new program. I'm glad that you're kicking it off with this, because this is a perfect way to remind us that, like, we have the tools right in ourselves. That dancing was beautiful, just beautiful. So thank you all.
Absolutely. And what I love about all these videos is that they're all different. They're all very unique, and but it all comes together as one beautiful package. It's amazing how we can be from all different places, all different walks of life, and still come together as a community, which I really see in the videos. So in the meantime, I will look for yours. Do you know where yours is, Susan? Okay, you're muted.
Oh, I don't. I think it's about 2 hours or 17 minutes in, something like that. And I really don't know. I wasn't thinking I was going to be able to be with you tonight. So
I'm glad you were. Thank you so much. Those people that are seeing this for the first time, do you have questions for the dancers and how they felt about dancing and what was their process involved?
I had a question for the dancers. What was the experience of opening yourself up artistically, you know, to strangers? It seems like a very brave thing to do, to make yourself vulnerable like that, especially if you're not because I just think of, you know, putting myself on video, dancing or singing or doing something that, you know, I'm not, that's not my forte. And I just wondered if anyone could share about, you know, that aspect of things.
I could offer, I'm a lifelong dancer and was away from it for quite a while. And the last few years, thanks to the Dance for PD project in New York, got into teaching Parkinson's folks. And I must say, you don't think about yourself when you're being videotaped, because you're thinking of your students and you're thinking of them and you're thinking about what they can do and how to make them feel like they are dancers. That's sort of where I came from in all of this. And because I normally hate to be videotaped or anything, but you don't think about it that way. You think about who you're doing this for or who you're doing this with.
May I jump in? Because that's exactly what I was feeling, that we are part of a whole big community, and the community was growing. I mean, we could just watch all those videos pop onto YouTube, all those crane dances coming up with all those beautiful, totally different styles and feelings and so on. And it felt like we were one big global community, and well, I felt very secure in that community, because I mean, dancing connects people, even if we don't understand each other, we don't speak the same language. It's still it has something very connective. Yeah.
Great, thanks. And I'm gonna unmute Sharon. She's raised her hand over there, so go ahead, Sharon.
First of all, hi, Clara.
Hi.
We are part of the same community, and I'm not a dancer. I haven't participated in this, but I have found, and I think Clara and many of us have found, that being part of a community, we take risks that we never would have done before. We do things. It's almost like some of our filters are gone because of the Parkinson's. And when we're with other Parkies, we just do these things and we don't think about the fact that we wouldn't have done it 10 years ago. It seems like a natural part of what we're doing, you know, is just being together and encouraging each other.
Very good point. That
I love that. Just like you're more brave when you're with your family because you're part of a community of love where you can let down your hair and, you know, not worry about judgment because you're with your family, you know, your fellow dancers, and the Parkinson's community is a version of the family. I love that. And I saw another hand. Oh, Ingrid, I think you wanted to chime in. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to tell Sharon that she talks about the thing I feel. It's no risk in our life anymore, and we have to use every minute. I have the feeling I have to use every minute and every possibility to show other people what Parkinson means and what Parkinson allowed to do for me and for others. And I want to say a big thank you to Clara to give us this theater and to give us the chance to communicate. And I never thought I would sitting in my bed in the middle of the night talking with American people about Parkinson's dance. And
That's great.
I enjoy it very much. And yeah, I want to say, Sharon, I feel the same things you talk about just now. Yeah.
And in case people don't see it in the chat, I have to read my friend Bev's comment. She said, everyone thinks we Parkies are drunk, so we can do whatever we want. I love it. And I think my other friend, Judy in Nevada, did you raise your hand, Judy Talley, with a question?
No.
Okay, sorry. I thought I saw a hand raised. Maybe it was somebody else.
I'm going to raise my hand. Rebecca, I found it. It's for Susan's dance. It's video B, compilation B, and it's at 2 hours and 18 minutes and 22 seconds.
All right, I'll get that up. Just give me a couple minutes.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Well, while we're pulling that up, I wanted to, so there are many of us here today who were not part of the Crane Dance Project, but maybe this is resonating with some of you. Have any of you, since being diagnosed with Parkinson's or since being part of the Parkinson's community, tried new things or pushed yourself to, go out of your comfort zone? Oh, okay. I see a wave.
No, I waited. No one else talked. I think for me, it's not so much an artistic ability, but I never would speak before a group of people before. And it seems like that's all I do now. So I've gotten very involved in being a support group leader and encouraging people to stay positive and not let this disease define them. And that's something, all the years I worked, I would never want to get up and do the presentations. I always had someone else do them. I didn't realize I had the talent in me. So I think Parkinson's has sort of forced me out into the world. I think Clara talked about that. I'm busier now and more involved now and know more people now than I knew before. And I have Parkinson's to thank for that. So.
Mm-hmm. I see, Naomi, are you here? Because Naomi could talk about Soaring with Hope, but I'm not sure.
I wanted to say thanks, Judy, for that. And I would have thought that you were, professionally, we're often addressing groups because you are very, brave and, jump right in and very good at articulating yourself. So it's interesting because, like for example, with Judy and with Clara, I've only known you recently. So to me, it's interesting to hear people's perceptions of themselves and how it's completely different than my perception of you. And I'm going to unmute Sharon. She's raised her hand. So go ahead, Sharon.
I'm back. I talk too much. It's part of the disease. No, I become a blogger, which I never wrote before. Never would have put myself out there. And I know some of you read my blog regularly, and thank you for staying with me and reading, putting up with my rants sometimes. But it's something that I never would have done if it weren't for this. I also have a piano lesson in a half an hour, and I'm playing piano again, which I hadn't done since I was 15. So thank you, Parkinson's. So yeah, we put ourselves out and do a lot of things we wouldn't have done before.
And in some ways, writing and publishing is very, putting yourself out there in a much different way, but just as much. So bravo. What's the name of your blog?
Twitchy Woman.
Oh, I've read your blog. Oh, Twitchy Woman?
Yeah, I'm Twitchy Woman.
Okay, I know that. And I saw another hand raised. And Rebecca, by the way, you tell us when you have our 2 minute 17 ready to go.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Okay, I think Denise, did you want to? I think Denise raised a hand? Denise Midkiff? No? Okay. Sometimes maybe someone's just itching their head. Oh, okay. I see Susan. Okay, Susan, go ahead.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I teach a dance for Parkinson's class, and so we made the crane dance, a crane dance.
I thought
And what's that?
I thought so, that you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
And we had a really good time. And what my dancers have said, not just about the crane dance, but about dancing, is that most of them didn't dance before. So they find it very ironic, but positive, that a disorder, having a disease that takes movement from them, has prompted them to find dance, a movement practice, and they're really enjoying it. One of my students has now started taking another class that's not a dance for Parkinson's class. That's an adult beginning dance class for anyone. So it's really fun to watch.
That's
inspiring.
Yes, that is inspiring. And that is definitely, isn't life funny? Like you said, a movement disorder brought movement into their life. Maybe that's a good way to intro the next video. If you want to go ahead and play it, Rebecca. Beautiful.
Beautiful. But it wasn't Susan's.
Oh.
That's sorry. That's the one that came up at that time. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm not sure yet what I will do with all these videos. I'm thinking I would like to make them accessible to all to see, but I'm not positive how to make that happen. So I will keep people posted, PMD Alliance posted on will it be part of the website that I have, or what would be the best. So I need to figure that one out. As you say, this pushes us to different limits that's one limit, and another one is to make a documentary, which I've never done before. But you know, there's so much interesting stories that have come out of these dances. One woman said she loved the dance so much that when she feels better, she would like to make a tattoo, have a tattoo of a crane somewhere on her body. I don't know where. Others have said that they never thought they would be dancing like they did, and so it's been a really great eye opener. The other thing I have in mind for all of you that are listening, I already have an idea for the next WPC dance. I think in a way it would be kind of neat if we did this every 3 years, bring the whole global community together and have one shared theme and do it over and over again and get more and more people. It turns out that I counted it by hand, and then I was told by my daughter that the computer has a word count. Who knew? Who knew? I'm so old. Anyways, that there was over 1,800 dancers. So
Wow.
communities right there in 17 with 17 countries. So pretty special. I think Naomi is on board. She was the woman who conceived of the Soaring with Hope. I don't know if Naomi would like to say a little word about how that inspired her.
Yes, I see Naomi joined video only, no audio, unless you are the 818 person on the phone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there you are. Hello, Naomi.
Oh, hi, I am on the phone. I was driving.
Are you okay to talk?
Yes.
Okay.
But I joined late, so I had another meeting, but I saw the last 2 videos and they were beautiful.
Oh, we're glad that you got to join, and hopefully you are being safe. I worry about you driving and speaking. Hopefully you've pulled over. But we talked about the cranes and the dance, but we didn't talk about the Soaring for Hope origami project. So I think that's maybe what Clara did. Is that what you thought maybe she could talk about?
Mm-hmm.
So how the project started, or I mean, one of the big things is just keeping hope every day with us living with Parkinson's. Even every hour we have our ups and downs, and it's so important to stay positive. It doesn't mean it's a perfect world by far, but you know, to never give up on hope, always have hope. And you know, when we started doing origami cranes, that was the start of the project. And I had shared about me being half Japanese and doing 1,000 cranes for when I got married, and how it represented health and hope. And then that's when we came up with the idea of trying to do 10,000 cranes of hope with messages on it from around the world. And that took off. We had 16,000 cranes displayed on 34 umbrellas, and you could see it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then now at the end of the WPC, it was amazing to see all the people take the umbrellas home, and it was like where the mama birds and the baby birds are leaving the nest to soar around the world and continue hope, to continue to grow hope and raise awareness. And then to see the movement and how it makes you feel when you're dancing. For me, I went to a couple of David Leventhal's dance classes or workshops, and no matter what stage you're at or what level you're at, everyone looked like a beautiful dancer. And that to me was magical. So the videos of the dancers are beautiful.
Thank you, Naomi, for chiming in. And I see May waving at me. So go ahead, May.
Yes. I just wanted to say that Ingrid just said that we have a performance tomorrow in Dawson, and Andy Butler will be coming, and he will bringing the cranes from Kyoto that we made to us. So we will finally receive them back, and we want to give them as a present to a hospital that is specialized in Parkinson's. So that yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
See that, Naomi? Your baby cranes are out in the world, continuing to bring.
Yeah, that's great. And I met Andy, and it was so nice to meet some of these, people that I had only met on social media. But Andy told me in the very beginning, he needs to bring these back to me. So I pointed them out. They had the German flags at the top of the strands, and I made sure that he got those. So they're coming back to you. And continue to make cranes, and you could just put them in a bowl. You don't have to string them. Just keep it simple, but it just helps to see that and keep hope alive. Thank you, May, and thank you, everyone else.
Thank you for joining. We had a question in the chat about how to fold a origami crane. So maybe, I don't know if, I believe I've seen that on either the Facebook page or maybe on one of the websites, but we can share that. Right? Either Clara or Naomi, there's video of that somewhere existing, right?
Absolutely. Maybe we could have a Zoom meeting on how to make cranes and show you, through Zoom.
Yeah, maybe we can start with the basic one and then work our way up to the crane, because that's what's so. Has anyone raise your hand? Has anyone tried to fold a paper crane before? It's hard. It is very hard and complex. And so to see, tens of thousands of them was just even so much more powerful, having tried to, I can fold like a square. That's as far as I've gone. So I see a video up. Are we going to play something else? Oh, no.
I was trying to get the pictures of the various dance groups, but I'm a technophobe, so I'm having a hard time. I was thinking we could see one or two more videos, if you'd like.
I think Rebecca found Susan's video, perhaps for real this time?
Yes, for real this time. It was like the opposite times. Like one was 1822, the other one was 2218.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got it. It's my fault. All right. So I'm going to share that now.
Autograph time.
You embodied a crane. It was beautiful. Thank you.
So glad we found that one. Oh, okay, Ingrid. Before you go to sleep, let's hear what you have to say.
That's the reason I take my hand up. I want to say good night to you and want to thank you. And I want to say that the cranes give me hope not to be alone. And when I see the videos, it let me feel that I can be part of each group what is dancing, or with every person who is dancing. And that's a very, very good feeling. And I want to say to all with Parkinson's disease, believe in your skills, believe in your talents, and do what you want to do, and don't hesitate. Anyway, so I want to say good night. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again.
Thank you, Ingrid, for joining.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
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 Well, thank you to Ingrid, and I still am so impressed. It's the middle of the night and she joined in. That just goes to show a lot that this project really stayed with people and continues to inspire. So can't wait to hear the next phase of the project and the program. And we are just about coming up on our ending time. So is there any last questions from the audience? And then Clara, I'm gonna, no pressure, but you will be wrapping us up with a final inspirational thought. So I'll let you gather that while I see if anyone else is raising their hand or wants to chime in. Okay, here, let me unmute May. I see you in your hand.
Yes, I would just like to shout out to all those bloggers out there in the US, because when I got my diagnosis, there were no German bloggers around, and I couldn't, I got all my hope and inspiration from you guys, especially from you, Sharon. And also thank you, Clara, for this beautiful, wonderful idea of dancing cranes. I mean, it's great. Yeah, so I'm off to bed as well. It's 2:30 and at night. So, and I'm already literally sitting on my bed. So I'm just going to drop off and.
I hope you get to sleep in.
And I think Caitlin was raising her hand too in a very graceful, dancey way. Go ahead, Caitlin.
I just had a question for Claire about what the editing process was like and how long it took you to put things together and how you decided how to compile the whole thing.
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was time consuming, and with Parkinson's and shaking and moving the information in the right place and making sure that I had the right video with the right dancers, with the right, as you see, there was a few reiterations of the two compilations. It was a challenge, and that's what it's all about, is, you know, to be inspired and to be challenged. And I think I got it right now. And my biggest concern was that the dancers were the most important people in all of this, and I wanted to make sure that their names were written in bold and big, because those are the people that it's all about. So yes, it was a little nerve-wracking, and I'm hoping that if I've made a mistake, please let me know, because I just want to fix it. So I had a few of those, but not too many, considering there were so many videos, but I wanted to just get it right. And I have an idea for the next one, so stay tuned, maybe. As for inspiration, you can find inspiration anywhere, everywhere. Even the smallest little thing could be inspiring. So keep your eyes and ears open and take it all in.
I love it.
My inspirational one. I thought maybe we could see one more video, the Japanese one, which is an origami video. Would that be okay? And I'll keep everyone posted on where we can see all these videos.
Rebecca, is that one where you need direction to know where it is? But that sounds like a great ending note.
I know where it is. It's on
Okay.
both of them. So this one's easier for me.
Yeah, thank you very much for letting me share my crane dances with the community.
Thank you for everything that you did, and can't wait to see this.
This looks like the wrong one.
Yeah, it's compilation B.
Right. Sorry about that. 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. It does get a little bit confusing.
Oh, I have it right here. Here we go.
Wow, that was cool. And Bev, that answered your question of can we see how to fold a crane, right?
A really big crane.
Wow. Well, what a great way to end our session. Thank you all for joining Inspire Me. And so this program we do every month, and we are always looking for people to, you know, kind of play the role like Clara did and talk about, you know, their journey or something that has brought inspiration to them as they're living with Parkinson's or another movement disorder too. Caitlin, we'll have to talk to you about Huntington's because that's another movement disorder that, you know, yeah, that we care deeply about. So it's the first Wednesday of every month. And if you are subscribed to our newsletter, that's the best way to kind of see what's coming down the pike. And thank you all for sharing your time and your energy. And I just felt, you know, connected to each one of these little Hollywood squares out there across the world, and wanted to just say thank you. And we hope to do it again next month and see many of the same faces and to learn more and connect more in the future.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.